Y'all, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Sammy and welcome back to this week's What's for Dinner. I have 5 recipes for you. One of them is simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy recipe. I think it was a Thursday or Friday night. I can't remember. But anyways, you'll see, and I know you'll probably even pick it out which one it was. But I do have 5 recipes for you, and this is a special video because it is a collab with Tiffany over at Small Town 6. Excuse me. But like I was saying, this is a collab with Tiffany over at Small Town 6, so I will have her channel and everything linked below. She shares similar content like I do. Lord of mercy, I can't talk for nothing. But she shares similar content the same as I do. So if you're looking for more inspiration, grocery hauls, what's for dinners, anything like that, please go check out her channel. And like I said, I'll have everything linked below in my description box. So when you're done watching my video, go check her out, y'all. But without further ado, let's get on into cooking. Come on, y'all, let's go. Alright y'all, to start out this What's for Dinner, we are going to have Farmer's Market sheet pan chicken and veggies. I have made this before in a crock pot, so if you go back and look at my What's for Dinners, it was one of my Crocktober recipes. But these are the ingredients that I'm using for this. I do have some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and I'm going to use, of course, the McCormick's 1 sheet pan Farmer's Market flavor. I need some garlic, and then we're going to have a red onion in this, as well as some of the tricolor or just the reds and the yellow potatoes, and then of course some carrots. And you'll need some olive oil and butter if you choose, but this night I just used olive oil. So first of all, you just want to go ahead and wash and chop up your potatoes. I did quarter these with some of them, each half. I cut them in half and then I quartered each half. Let me just put it that way. And then I'm going to go ahead and chop up this onion, add in the carrot sticks, which I just cut those in half as well. Dumped in the rest of my garlic because y'all know I'm a garlic freak. And then I'm going to put some olive oil over that and dump in 1 pack of the Farmer's Market seasoning and the veggies. I'm going to toss all that together. And then I'm going to go ahead and move my sheet pan over. I do have that sprayed, but I'm going to go ahead and lay all the veggies in the sheet pan. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my chicken, which I also seasoned with that Farmer's Market seasoning there. And I'm going to go ahead, after I spread out all my veggies, I lay my chicken out just so it'll cook evenly. I was trying to get it in a different way on the sheet pan, but it didn't work. So I just put all the veggies on there because y'all, I love me some veggies. So I went ahead and just put the chicken over top of those and then into the oven at 400 for, I think it was 25 minutes, just until your veggies are tender and the chicken is done. Halfway through this though, I did take my chicken out because I didn't want it to dry out, and I put the veggies back in just for a little bit to kind of crisp them up without that chicken on top of it. But here, this is what Tamara over at Southern Wife Everyday Life has made. So I'll have her video and everything linked below in my description box. But she just took a crescent roll dough sheet and she spread some butter out on it, sprinkled that with some garlic and then also some Parmesan cheese. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do here. And then she rolled it all up together and then cut them out, and they made like little tiny cinnamon roll looking shapes. But then she just went ahead and baked them according to the directions on the back of the pan. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do here, and I'll be back here in just a minute. Alright y'all, so here is everything after it was all done. So that's the chicken and the roasted veggies, and then I will bring you back when it's ready to plate. Y'all, this was so stinking good. And look how cute those are. But anyways, let me stop jibber jabbering and I'll bring you right back. All right, guys, here's the finished product. This was phenomenal. Are you talking about flavor explosion in your mouth? That is what you will get with this recipe. And it is definitely better with the chicken thighs, because the first time I made it, I used chicken breast in the crock pot and they kind of dried out a little bit, but you know what? We don't waste around here, and we ate it anyways. And it was still good, but you know, a little bit dry, but that's okay because this made up for it. All right, y'all. Second meal of the week was pork chops, pinto beans, fried taters, and cornbread. I know it's a lot, but when my husband actually requests something, y'all are daggone skippy that I'm gonna make it, because that doesn't normally happen too much. It's usually, oh, whatever you want, and I know half y'all can agree with me, if not more. But anyways, I have washed and soaked my pintos overnight, and then I'm just gonna dump all of them into a crock pot with an onion and a ham hock and a little bit of butter, and then I'm going to make sure that the beans and the ham hock are covered with the water, at least to the top of the ham hock, but you at least want, I don't know, about a knuckle high over the ham hock. Let me just put it that way. So that is what I'm doing right here, and I will go ahead and add in some seasonings to this as well, except for the salt, because that comes later. You don't want to put too much salt on there if you're using a ham hock. But I did go ahead and put a lot of pepper in there because that's how we like it. And I put these on low to cook all day while I was at work. I did put these on before work that morning. So half my dinner was done. But these were so, so good. And we don't like, you know, like creamy or soupy beans. We like having that broth like that because of our cornbread, and it's going to soak it on up. But I did pull the ham hock out of there and went and pulled all the meat off of that and added it back to my beans. And when I made sure that these were stirred up and I seasoned them and everything, that is when I moved on to the potatoes. So I have a variety of different taters over here. And then I'm going to mix up some cornbread and fry those pork chops, which, by the way, they taste like ham. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I call them ham chops, but I labeled it pork chops. But to me, they taste like ham. So I went ahead and washed and sliced these up pretty thin so I could fry them in my iron skillet. So that is what I'm doing right here. You'll see it here in a minute. And in my iron skillet, I put just a little bit of butter and, of course, some, you know, solid gold right there, which is bacon grease in my opinion, because it adds flavor to anything you're wanting to make. If you don't like bacon grease, by all means, you know, take it out if you want to, but that is Flavor Town for me. But go ahead and dump all your taters in your iron skillet and season them with seasonings of your choice. But of course, y'all know me, I have to use Cavender's and nature seasoning because that is just the best for me. And of course, black pepper. And yes, you do want salt with these. So that's what I'm putting right here, because potatoes just soak them up. If y'all know anything about them, you know that they love salt, and you have to have salt on your taters. Got to. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead up and then add this beef smoked sausage to it as well, because that's how we eat ours. But how many times can I say but? Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and cook these on up and then let them cover so they can get tender. And here I'm just showing you the taters and the sausage. And then I'm going to go ahead and round and show you the pork chops because I have those frying as well. And then the cornbread is to the back of that, which it's already done because I'm just quick like that. No. But anyways, here it is all plated up. And this is just a good down-home country meal. You can see the beans right there with the ham hock in it. There is the pork chops and cornbread. And of course, our fried taters with the sausage in it. But this dinner was so good and so filling, and just, I don't know, it's one of the comfort meals to me. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Next up was a new recipe for me. It's French onion chicken bake with some sides, which I just made instant mashed potatoes and green beans. But I found this recipe from Kim over at Kim's Farmhouse Life. She shared it on her last What's for Dinner, so I also have that linked below if you're interested in checking out her video. I set sour cream out, but I did not use it, so I did put it in my potatoes though. But anyways, so I made some seasoned green beans, which are my favorite, and the buttery homestyle instant mashed potatoes. And you've seen all the ingredients that we have to make the chicken. So I went ahead and cut up the chicken breast in half. You want to go ahead and season those with whatever you like, but we use Cavender's and Nature seasoning around here, typically for everything. And I'm seasoning all of the chicken, but here in a minute you will see when I go to put the French onion chip dip, and I know that's weird, but trust me on this one, it is so good. I left 3 of those halves out because my son did not want it covered with that. He is on a high protein, low carb diet. He is actually going in for a weightlifting competition. So I did leave 3 of those out. That way he could have them without all the extra stuff on top of it. So what you do is you take the French onion dip and you spread it all around, and then you layer half of the cheese that it calls for. Put that on top of there. You bake it for about 20 minutes. And while that's baking, I'm going to go ahead and heat up my green beans and make my mashed potatoes. And after that, it was time to take my chicken out. So you'll see that here in just a second. So this is baked for 20 minutes now. And this is when you take the other half of the cheese, put it on top, and then you cover it with the French onion, the French onions. Let me just put it on French fried onions, however you want to call it. So you sprinkle that on top as well. And then you want to put it back in the oven for the last 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the size of your chicken breast or how your oven cooks. Mine only took about 10 more minutes. And then dinner will be ready, y'all. So I will bring you back here in just a little bit. I'm giving you an overview of everything, but we're going to go ahead and get this on plated up. And surprisingly, this was really, really good. It has now become one of our favorites. Typically, when I do something like this, it's like $1 million chicken. But if you're looking for something different for a chicken dish, please give this one a try. It was really, really good. But to serve it up, I just chopped up some fresh green onions there, just to give it a little bit of fresh flavor. And those are those potatoes and the green beans. And this was dinner on this night, y'all. So, so good. So, so good. And here is my easy peasy lemon squeezy dinner for the night, which was the frozen chicken tenders and the ranch and bacon pasta salad. This stuff is so good, and basically, y'all, without me having to sit here and explain everything, just follow directions on the back of the packages for that cook time and everything, and then you just go ahead and plate it up and serve it with your favorite sauces. And of course, if you've been here for a while and you're an oldie but a goodie, you do know that I love me some Chick-fil-A sauce. So that is how I served up my chicken tenders. And the last but not least, you all, it is a mini Thanksgiving dinner. This was so, so good. My coworker at work, Lindsay, actually gave me this idea. So I have some stovetop savory herbs, dressing, some green beans, some turkey gravy, and then she told me about this is the turkey breast, the carving board. Y'all, that is phenomenal. If you haven't tried it yet, y'all need to try it. But anyways, there was my eggs boiling, because you got to have deviled eggs, in my opinion. Maybe y'all don't like them, but that's okay. But I went ahead and started boiling those. And then I went ahead and dumped in my green beans. I'm going to make that stovetop right there just by following the directions on the back of the box. So I'm going to go ahead and get that made up. The only thing that I didn't have on this night that I wish I would have had was some cranberry sauce. I thought I had a can of it, but y'all, I didn't. Couldn't find it nowhere. But anyways, we made do. And right here, I'm just pulling all that turkey out of the packages and chopping it up a little bit more so we can have that over top of our stuffing with the gravy. So I have all that chopped up, and you'll see here in a minute that I have 2 pans in the back. That small one is for my son because he did not want the gravy. Like I've told y'all before, he's training for a competition, so I didn't put anything in his, but I did put a little butter in the big pan, sauteed that turkey just a little bit to heat it up, and then dumped 1 jar of that gravy over top of it just to kind of let it cook and, you know, meld all together and get yummy, yummy, yummy. So that's what I'm going to do here, and then I will bring you back here in just a minute and show you what all of it looks like, and we'll plate it on up. But we're going to go ahead and make these deviled eggs real quick. I don't know if you've all made deviled eggs before, but you just take all the yolks out, cut the eggs in half first, take all the yolks out, mash them all up, and then for mine, I just put my typical seasonings and then mayonnaise and mustard in mine. And the easiest tip for me when making deviled eggs is to put it in a plastic bag and then cut the little tip of it off. And it's so easy cleanup and everything, so you can fill all your eggs really pretty. And then I top them with some paprika. So that's what I'm gonna do here, and I'll bring you back here in just a few, y'all. All right, y'all, here is everything after it is all ready, and I'm getting ready to plate that up, but I just wanted to show y'all. So here are the deviled eggs. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. Here's the green beans and the stuffing, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take you on over to show you what the meat looks like. There is ours, and of course Josh's is there in the back. And then I did make up some crescent rolls, which you just seen. But, you know, just follow directions there. But this was so good, y'all. And, you know, you're in the holiday spirit and you're wanting something, you know, comforting to the tummy to keep you filled up. And if it's on a weeknight, you want something quick and simple and easy, y'all, by all means, this is so simple and so easy. So if you're wanting something holiday-ish and you don't have a lot of time, give this one a try. You could also probably do like roast beef, like open face roast beef sandwiches over the taters with using that same meat. Just, you know, get the roast beef gravy and then, you know, roast beef and go to town. But anyways, y'all, I really want to thank you all for coming back for another What's for Dinner. Don't forget to go check out Tiffany and hit that subscribe button if you want to. And until next time, God bless, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.